Alright, welcome back to my channel. I want to continue showing what I got from Claude, so the extension in VS Code, and I already made a video about the algorithm for predicting, as you can see, the stock price of these stocks using microeconomic data and so an AI model, which is a LSTM kind of model. So the structure of the whole thing is that it's going to train one model per, so it's this one model per, so again, we have to go there, one model per stock for some reason. So I'm not really sure why it does that. It's not efficient because we should train one model that can predict all the stocks at once. And especially if we work with the GPU, I would use the parallel computing capacity. So I don't have the GPU, but still I think it's much more efficient to work with sort of matrices once rather than work with many matrices. Even if the matrix is obviously bigger if we want to predict more stock prices at the same time. But in any way, so I have done two modifications. First is to use more data. So I start now from 1980. So I'm not sure that all the stocks actually were already existing at that date. So I'm not really sure how the Claude is going to take care of that. That's one thing. The other thing also, if you saw my previous videos, there was an error that happened with the previous code that I fixed. So I fixed it manually. The error is, so I have to find the code, but this was in the, I think the collection of pre-processing where we had that R square. So possibly here, or okay, let's go to the train one. Train where, so I'm looking for the square basically. So there's a kind of odd character that I couldn't, so there are two that I couldn't save to a file, and that generated an error. So here it was solved like this, but there was also another file with the R2, which is not this one, it was another one, possibly predict, where, so I don't know how to find it actually, because I don't know how to look for that specific character. I basically replace it by R and 2, so the two simple characters that don't require a specific set of characters. Right, so I rerun basically the whole thing, and I can show you the result that I got. So first, total runtime is about 2 hours, so it was extremely long to train everything. So unfortunately, I cannot go back more than this. So for instance, this one is for MA, and you can see there are 100 epochs, but very quickly we can see that the training is not improving. All right, so if we look at, okay, this one is Apple, and what happens in the training history, what happens is that so the training loss is decreasing. That's cool. The validation loss is not so much changing. So mean absolute error is quite stable for the validation. I would expect to change a bit more. And the training is working fine, but we may have a overfit here. So it's an issue. So This time I managed to get this graph, which is what I wanted, the actual versus predicted. So what it does is that it basically takes so some periods. So this is in the prediction. It takes some periods. Prediction horizon. So it uses 60 days of looking back, and from 60 days, it tries to predict the stock price 30 days after the that 60 days period. So we can test actually this for this period of 60 days that is rolling from the past data. And for every of these periods, so we have a different point for the predicted. So we have actually a continuous flow of the predicted, and once we have the predicted, we can also compare to the actual. But as you can see, this is pretty bad because the orange line is not very volatile, and it's very far from the actual one. We can look at other cases, say Meta, and I think it's even worse with this one. So you can see that it is so far that it's actually completely wrong. Um, so what should happen is that it deviates a bit. So here we can see that it starts very close to the blue, to the actual, but then it completely ignores when it's happening to the blue. So at some point it's completely unrelated. And I think this is the reason why we had that negative R square. If only actually so the orange line was following the moving average. If it was simply the moving average of the actual, we would see something that goes through the variations, so that goes in the middle, kind of the trend line of the actual, and that would be the kind of mean, and the R square would be equal to 0. But that's not what we observe. So it's almost ridiculous what we have here. So here the R2 is -3, which is abysmal result in terms of quality of the prediction. So it doesn't work. And I spent 2 hours. So I spent 2 hours trying to train the model, and I got this. So I'm not very happy with the result. I think it's quite a loss of my time. How about the predictions? What is the is there? Well, anyway, yeah. So so the issue that I have is that now, so it's very slow. That it has to create a model for each stock. I don't want to do that. I think the epochs are too high, so I can basically decrease it and have something more like potentially, actually even 20, possibly something that would make more sense. And stopping patience, not going to change that. But I wish I could. So we don't have that many features really. So if I say I want to only train Apple, so I could basically. So I'm going to do that manually. I don't think I have much to lose with that. So here, what I could do is rewrite the stocks basically. So basically going to rewrite this, so we only have Apple. So I will keep the macroeconomic variables. And the other thing that I want is that I don't want to reload the market data again. So I want to reuse the data collected and pre-processed. And so when I run the model, so I have this option where I can here ask not to do the pre-processing of the and the collection, and here so I don't skip the model training. I'm going to train again, but I'm going only to train on the Apple one. and I want to check if this works, because I'm not sure actually if it's going to work as expected. And I want to see the result prediction and this one. So what I suspect is that so what I change here, the number of epochs actually is not going to change anything on the quality of the prediction. So I need to also think about how I may improve the quality of the prediction. What is the issue currently that we're having? And this is not an easy issue. There's something that actually the model, sorry, Claude didn't mention, is the number of the layers in the LSTM, which is a kind of neural network. It's a it has a time dimension. And so it uses 128 layers and then another second layer of 64. And then some also dense layers. But these are so the two LSTM layers that will be useful. I think that this level of bad quality of the training is probably quite a fundamental issue somewhere. All right. So I see here that we have the learning rate here that choose. Okay, so this is yeah, okay. When we reach a plateau, is what is going to do to happen to the learning rate. I want to increase a bit the learning rate basically, because I'm not sure that this is small enough. So I'm going to do that. I don't need that much epochs, honestly. If the parameters are right, kind of all right, then we should get something that works at least the minimum, having a R square which is at least positive. So I'm trying this, and for the moment that's pretty much what I see that can be done. And I want to check now, so to run and see if it's able to run again, but just for Apple, because now the list of stock is only Apple. So if I run this, I should get only Apple one. So let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, then I can basically ask Claude to modify the code. But let's see if it works or not, and see how much time, how long it takes. So to train, it should be quicker because we have less epochs. Okay, so everything is slow. Obviously, I'm also at the same time. Actually, I'm also uploading some video, so it's probably one of the reasons why it's very slow. All right. So just doing something with Apple. Okay, that's nice. Oh, we have this error again, and I'm not sure why it. I thought that I removed it. It's good to see also the shape of. So we have 2,165 time points, and why is that? If we assume that it's daily, then we divide this by 360, 300. It's about 7 years. That's maybe a surprise. I'm not expecting to see 7 years, but then again, I'm not sure how much data there was on Apple. Probably long, actually. Probably very long. So it's not here. It's in the data stocks Apple, and how much data do we have? So it really starts from okay, 1980 December. That's when Apple starts. Okay, I think I asked a bit earlier, but in the end, yes, okay, so it started not in January, but in December. That's fine. And so I'm not really sure why there's only this number of points. I'm expecting much more, actually. So yes, normally there's something like 250 days of close prices in a year. So say, yeah, 250, yeah. So I can just basically take this and divide by 250, and we've got 8 years. So that I don't understand why it's only 8 years. I'm expecting much more. So there's something happened basically here where there's been some filtering. Because again, if we look here, we have so every day here and until 2025. So can only assume that it tried to create a single time series for all these assets, and some of them are recent. So which one could be recent? I mean, okay, NVIDIA or Tesla. Can we see what they are? 2010. Okay, so this one. There's only there's 15 years here, so we should have at least 15 years, I guess. Or how about NVIDIA is quite long. Google, I think they had some kind of measure or something. Change of name, but it's there. So I don't understand why we have so little data. That's one thing. That's one thing that we could check actually is how could we get more data. And this error also I don't like this because it means that the code may be stopped, may not do what it's supposed to do. Okay, so it stopped at the epoch 20. I think I asked for 20. Okay, so it's saving the model, and okay, the R2 is about 0, so I think it's better than last time. It was negative last time when I checked. Okay, so now it's 0, so probably behaving better. So let's see the result now. Actual predicted, and okay, so you can see that it's not very good. It's an average, but it's not moving a lot. So it's really bad, and it's very surprising. But I was thinking about overfitting, but it's definitely not overfitting. It's not fitting. I mean, this is the validation. So if we think about overfitting, it's possible that yes, it's overfitting, but overfitting means there would be more volatility actually even in the predicted one, because it should match the original data. Okay, but first, okay, we've got 2 minutes for just one for the Apple, so it's okay. That's at least it's going to be easier to debug if we can do that. Trying to understand how we can get something better. So if you remember, I changed the learning rate, so I increased the learning rate. That's one thing. The batch size is something we could also. So I don't know the unit. Is it days? I guess so. Yes. And I think I could increase this learning rate. I'm going to keep that. And the other thing is in the model we've got, so here the layer with a number of the layer dimension. these are parameters. So we should have normally this stored somewhere as a here as a basic parameter, but it's not using that. It's a bit strange. So what can I do for that? Okay, so how many features do I have? I don't have a lot of features. I'm not sure that I need actually this much, so I'm going to use less smaller layers. Okay, let's try that. And here I can run again. See what I got. So I should save basically what I did, and I should have something like a repository and have different versions, create branches, etc. Right. Now we have 96,000 parameters, so it's probably easier to train with this amount of data. You can see the loss is decreasing, so it's a good, so it's basically learning. That's great. The learning rate is still the same. And now it's been divided by 2 because it kind of found a plateau. And so I don't know what's the deal. Is it like to divide by 2 the learning rate in case of plateau? Where was the reduce and plateau factor? Okay, 0.5, so it divides by 2. Yeah. Okay, and now, okay, the R2 is now better. So still disappointing. And if you try to see here, so you can see actually it converges much quicker because I increased the learning rate. That's one thing. But okay, so what happens here? It's much more in the middle actually, so it looks a bit better, but still the volatility is extremely small. So it looks like it's just averaging stuff a bit too much, in my opinion. So if you remember, there's a parameter, which is the window, the look back window, and I feel like I want to reduce this really. So I'm going to use only 10 days. Okay. Because it looks like it's computing a very long moving average. The other thing is trying to predict 30 days, but is it even possible? Let's do 1 week, something like that. 1 week, okay. Okay, so let's run this again. See if we can have an improvement. The runtime, so last time was 1 minute because I decreased the number of parameters. And so naturally it's going to be much quicker to optimize the model. So now what I did is to reduce the window in the LSTM, which means that well, it's going to be either less features because actually this also create features, so the hidden features that are in the recursive logic of the model. Okay, so what is happening? The loss decrease, and now 9.7 after, yeah, 20, even 20 is a bit too much actually, but looks like it converged. Okay, nice predicting. Error. What is this? Okay, so something. The compiler needs to be built. So I don't know what happened. So the R2 is not great. Did it update this? Is it the same? Doesn't look like it did anything. I'm not sure actually if it was created right now. I need to check this. 3. It was created. Okay, but there was an error. I don't know why. Predictions. Error in prediction recommendation of stocks. Is it? Yeah, it's possible that actually the return is negative. So the return here, yes, the recent return is negative here. Sorry, it's not this one actually. So let me look at the right graph. So we're in negative territory here in the most recent data. And if you remember, there's a filter. So it in the investment recommendation, it only considers stock with positive returns. And now there's one stock and the return is negative, so it cannot recommend any sort of investment. So I think that's why the recommendation failed. All right, but there's no improvement basically whatsoever. Even though I asked to have a prediction of horizon of 5, so predict 5 days ahead, etc. So I'm going to do just one, it should work with one at least. That's the very minimum we could ask. So in this case, it's very simple. It's just going to be a bit of training the actual stock price. So one of the best basic benchmark we could use to compare these two is to reuse the same stock price as the previous day. So most obvious model, when the only information you have is not that, but when you need to know what happens to tomorrow's stock price, you would say that most likely it's around today. So if today the returns, well, actually in this case it should be zero price change. Now that I think of it, actually, it should be around zero. So if you just reuse the previous day, yes, it should be. So that's one of the thing about. So we're looking at the price change actually. So price change, say there's zero price change whatsoever, and this doesn't work well anyway. So this is not a good strategy again, but I guess we're almost zero, a bit positive, but we're still not able to predict the price change, not so much. Even when we see an increase in the actual, we don't see anything changing in the predicted. So again, this is failing. So I think that whatever I try to do, it's failing pretty bad. And the model is not able to do anything in a simple way. So this is very frustrating, of course, because it's not a complicated model. We don't have a lot of features, and changing the parameters also didn't really help in any way. So I'm a bit unable now to just, like intuitively think about how we can solve this. I think that, as I mentioned, there's one thing, which is that if the price change is always zero, then okay, that's it. You're just basically saying that we use the same stock price as yesterday. The price change will be zero, so we could have just a flat line. But the thing is, so there's assume that yesterday we had a 2% increase. Is it going to increase 2% today as well? No. And we're not working with the absolute level of price. We're working with price change and in the market. So it's very difficult to say what percentage we expect today instead of yesterday. So what we want really is to for the range line to kind of find try to find a trend basically. So that's why I was talking about the moving average. If we were really using a very short moving average of, let's say, 2 days, probably it would be more accurate, because we can see there's two phenomena. One is autocorrelation. So when you can see that when we are in positive price change, it continues the trend, but then there's a reversal, which is a kind of mean reversion to zero, and then it oscillates. It oscillates, but there's a kind of minimum and maximum, and this volatility is absolutely not taking into account in the predicted. And one possible reason is that if it's a moving average, then the frequency or the volatility is going to be much lower than the actual data. So if we can try to be very aggressive and say that here the second sequence length is going to be just 2 basically, and trying to predict the return for the next day. That's it. All right. And should I change anything else? It's not an easy, not easy to guess actually. This I would like to have a learning rate a bit lower, and that's it. I don't want to change things too much, but trying again. And but I really wish I could get something working from this. And now currently this is absolutely not working, and it's very frustrating. 96,000 parameters. If we're really just doing a moving average, actually we don't even need like that much parameter, maybe just dozens of parameters. So okay, let's say probably this is not going to work well because we still have too many parameters compared to the kind of the low complexity that we expect from even a simple strategy, which would be just to compute the moving average with two days. So in that case, it's not really worth to changing these parameters, but we need to reduce the complexity. So again, it's very bad, but maybe because that's the thing, is that we have too many parameters. And it doesn't do much. So let's try to see that. So I'm going to reduce really drastically, divide by 4. Okay, here I'm not even sure that this one is really useful, but okay, let's go with this. Let's go with this. It's a very simple model. I want to create some kind of base case where things are simple. So now it's 10,000. It's still a bit too much, actually, in my opinion. So I think I could just grab the second layer. It's probably it adds a lot of complexity to have a second layer. So if this doesn't work well, again I will remove the second layer. Okay. Well, at least we've got something, but now again. Okay, so it's not getting better. It's not getting better. Still around 0 with a kind of positive return. So it's a very long average. It's like I'm also not sensitive to the recent data. All right, so I'm going to scrap this. So I think I can just potentially remove this. Okay, then run again, just with one layer. I'm not sure how much I can expect from this, but we'll see. 7,000 parameters. I remember there are actually two dense layers, and I think I can remove one of them again, probably. So now the training is much quicker. So that's one thing. Where was my R square? I want to see the R square. I kind of missed it. Where was that? Can't even find it. Okay, let's go to this. Okay, so still not working. It's terribly frustrating. Terribly frustrating. What do I have? The R square. I can't see the R square here. It's supposed to be output. Okay, so let's remove this one and really make it very simple. Right, so that's going to be much easier. So I'm trying really to make a more simple model, and we still have 7,000 parameters, which is a lot. So I'm thinking I could even use only 8 dimension in the first layer. Okay. That's the thing, the training result doesn't give anything. I'm wondering why. Why is it not calculating this? What's the kind of training history? So it's slow, but in the end you can see that well, it's not really slow actually, but it's reconverging, and but the validation is slightly increasing with increasing epoch, which is a good behavior. So I don't know, it looks a bit better. We have a bit more movement, but still it looks very different from the actual. So okay, let's do it. Let's be drastic. I think that's pretty much. Let's use. I guess I can reuse that. The conversions is okay, so we can use that. Okay. Once again, so this one should be even less parameters. We're trying to get as little as few parameters. So 3,000 is really much less parameters, and so that is in the LSTM that we've got most parameters. There's still a lot just for this LSTM is. I think it's about. I'm not sure if it's worth really having that much. Right, so again, for some reason the R square is not computed, and here what do we have? Still, okay, still working fine. So I'm a bit at a loss to understand really what is going on here. Just wondering where this is used. I don't want just one instance, I want all the instances, all references. So here, yes, and then when is it used? It's not used. What? That is not used actually. Okay, and now I'm a bit. Now I'm a bit worried that the seconds left actually was not used. So it doesn't matter the number of days to look back. I was expecting to be one of the parameters for the LSTM model. Okay. So it's not used. That sounds like a joke. Just is it because I removed the code? Was it using the commented code? Not even. So okay. Not sure how to understand this. Yeah, because in a way I would expect that this sequence length indeed is a useful parameter, but that it's actually used somewhere, and maybe I can do a search, even though obviously here, look at this one, here, there's only this one, there's another one. All right, okay, this one, I'm sorry, but I really want to reduce this, and I'm having this issue that what is the how many days does it use? If I look back, yes, that's a mystery. It has become a mystery. Right, it's a bit sad. I feel like I can decrease also this because it could create some instability in the result. Okay, so I don't know. Let's try this, but I'm a bit missing some clue here of about what is happening, unfortunately. Okay, so now we have 665 parameters. It was drastically reduced because I did this change the number of the dimension in the LSTM. Oh, expected return is 3%, so that's not a lot. And still, so this doesn't appear, I don't know why. So many things, I don't know why, what happened. Training history, okay, right, the validation, yeah. Okay, but I don't know, it looks good, but again, it's really bad. So unfortunately, I'm not an expert on the LSTM, but I don't like what I'm seeing. Guess I should ask a copilot. So this bidirectional. It's how can I ask? Extinction. I think I have copilot. Is it this one? And how can I? Was it here? Copilot. Designer chat. Okay. What are the parameters of the STM model? And in the case of predicting stock prices, how can I specify the period of look back? Specify the look back period for the LSTM model, the look back second glance. Okay, so I'd be surprised. Oh, it's appeared. This is inline. I didn't want an inline actually. I wanted just to have a as another window, like ask. I'm not asking for code. All right, so I think that I need to understand a bit more how Copilot works. Open the chat. Oh, this one. Okay, that was opening the chat. That was the right answer. Cool. But I've got this code. What is it doing? Specify. It's just not even doing anything. So it just created code in the middle of nowhere. Seriously. Okay, so so this code is uses an STM model to predict stock prices. What is the look back period? Custom steps used as input to predict the next value. In your code, the look back period is determined by the sequence length parameter, which is imported from the. Okay, yes. The sequence length, yes. Defines how many past time steps are included in each input sentence fed into the LSTM model. Okay. Yes. Okay. But this is, where is it used? It's not used. I can't believe it. How can it say that this is the sequence length without actually seeing the parameter input in the model? That's what I want, is what is actually input in the model, and I don't have an answer to that. And the model is not working, and I changed the parameters, still not working. I think this is the whole thing is a failure, basically. I mean, whatever I'm trying to do is it's not working fine, really. So, okay, write the LSTM model to predict the stock price, the value of the stock price using the last 5 days of stock price. Predict the value of stock price the day after. The time series of stock price is stored in. Then I don't know if I can give the actual data here. I just want to see what Copilot is going to tell me, because now I think that I'm not sure that that Claude can help me. Actually, it wrote some code, but it's not working. It's just not working. Okay, so here we've got some. Okay, all right. So this one is the code from. Okay, apply to predict next day. Okay, fire predict next day. Okay, so here. Okay, I'm a bit going out from Claude, but I really want to see now what can be done. Sequence length. So this is the sequence length, and here, so the input shape. Sequence length. Why? What is the data that is given, and is it using the same model, TensorFlow? So we've got 2 layers as well. It's much easier, actually. This one is can you, I'd like to ask to can you compare the prediction versus actual stock prices? plot both on yes, sure. So did it have that actually? Predictions, yes. Okay, so is it going to change the code? No. Applying in detail. Active editor. Is it going to change the code? Okay. Cool. Okay. Right. Where's this? Predict the next day. Okay, it's the same folder. So, oops. Predict the next day. Okay. Let's see what it does. 28 bucks. That's what I used. So here's 50 units. So it's probably a bit much actually. Batch size box, yes. What is the learning rate? Doesn't look like it's specified anywhere. So this is a very basic code. And right. How about the loss? Is it decreasing? Yes. And the validation loss is actually increasing. With the epoch kind of makes sense. So it's already, this is already small, but yeah, it gets smaller as okay. So this looks good, and it's supposed to show me the graph. How can it show me the graph here? It doesn't save it. So is that it? Square. That's it. And where's the graph? This is not a Python notebook. Okay, I don't know what to do here. What is this? Oh, is it this the graph? Okay, so this works. This works, but this is not the price returns. Okay, instead of predicting stock prices, can you predict stock price return? Stock price returns. Here, it's a bit vague what I asked because actually it calculated percentage change of stock prices and use. So, okay, it's computing the percent. Okay, so it's basically recomputing this, converting the prices to percentage change. So that's pretty cool. Then I should be able to apply this to no new file. Really? Okay. Let's try this. Day returns. Okay, let's try this. And here, yes, so input shape. So here we see that the second lens actually was already used for in the step of creating the data. So I just realized that it's very likely that if I go back to the pre-processing, then we are going to have the second lens which is used here. So not in the model, but actually in the data. And create the sequences. Create the sequences. Process data. Create this, and is it saving this? Save train dot. Okay, so it's saving the data for NPY. So okay, that's why. Okay, now I understand. Basically, the data was already pre-processed for the sequence, and when I modified the parameter, then when I modified the parameter, it didn't change anything because the data was already saved. Mean square error looks big, looks amazingly big. But this is okay. This is here, and it run. And am I supposed to have a graph? Yes. However, I don't see anything. I don't know what's happening. Did it do anything? No, it's not doing anything. Why? Why is it not doing anything? I forgot to save the file. Yeah. Yes, I should have saved the file. Okay, so so obviously here there's no parameter of the size. Oh, there is, but what is it? Is it basically based on the saved data? So it'd be a model who's calling that. Who's calling that? I want to know who's calling that. Okay, but I don't see anything. Is it a build model? Okay, I'm doing kind of analog. Okay, I need to learn a bit more how to all references. Oh, this one is the right one. So where is it called? One file? I can't see the other files. Can I? What? It has to be called somewhere. I can't find here. Can I find it here? No. Build model. Build model. I can't find that. Can't find that, so I'm beginning the trouble. Build model. Why is it not here? Why is build model not here? I can't find it here. Train models. So it's the train main. So it's train. Looks like I didn't open it. Okay. So train. Okay, this one is probably here. Build model. Input shape, and it's indeed loading the preprocessed data, so we have the sequence already. That's probably why. Okay. But anyway. All right. So actual returns and predicted returns, and okay. So again, we've got something that doesn't work. So even with this now Copilot, it's not working. But in a way, I can understand that there's so much noise with the one-day return. So one-day return, there's so much noise that if you want to predict things, the best way, it's just the best thing is to say, well, we've got zero return. Or here it's kind of it's just an average. But I find that honestly it's too much average. I would be expecting for a bit less of averaging. And so how can we change that? Is it easier to change it? Create sequence of 5 days for input and the next day's return for input. So this one is doesn't even sound like it's too much. Really. Size. Can I have some help here? Can we get help. But these too many into I don't need that. I don't need that, and I don't need that. Can have just what this. Okay. Okay. Let's see what happens with this. So it's a bit less verbose than Claude. Claude is really very good at kind of the life cycle of the code, or trying to understand the errors and error handling and the explanation and the different steps, etc. Found error, scale inverse transform. Okay, did I do something wrong? And handling of the static data as well is very good because it creates this config.py. So here I'm wondering if I didn't make a mistake of changing the parameters and then it's not consistent anymore. What is this? Unexpected. Return to rescale to original values. Alright. There's an error here. Do not pass an input shape input dim argument to a layer. Really? Did I have that before? Yeah. Input shape, that's the first input shape input dim. Do not pass an input shape input dim. Is it what I did? Because there's a dimension here and there's an input shape here. When using sequential models, I prefer using an input shape object. That's the first layer in the model. Input shape. You tell me that I should not give a 10 here. Is that what it means? Does it work if I do this? Kind of experimenting here. Okay, so not really what I was expecting. And at the same time, do we need the input shape? What is happening here? I don't understand. This is a folder, and what we had from Claude is the model. It was input shape equal input shape. STM records returns and sequences. We didn't have the input shape actually, the other one, so can I just do this? Forgot the commas. Still experimenting. And if I continue like this, I'm not sure that anything is going to work anymore. So I should actually ask for ChatGPT Copilot instead of trying to fix things by myself. Okay, so then now the loss is now even getting smaller after the thread epochs. It's pretty bad, and we still have this kind of area. Check area. Not expected. That's bad. It's very bad. Because I basically changed the code and now it doesn't compile anymore. And I'm not sure I even understand what I'm doing, to be honest. So say I want to go back to here, but simplify at least having less dimensions. but having the two layers. Still complaining about the, but I think the code was working with the prices, but not the returns. I'm suspecting that it's because the returns are all over the place. It's very volatile. It's kind of random. So it means that it would be easier to predict. Yeah, so this is what happens if you want to predict this. It's random. It's a random signal basically. So there's no way you can predict. But if you compare this and not actually not using the percentage change, but really using this. Sorry, so I'm going to close this. It's a bit annoying. And the previous one was this one, and this one was working well, but it was extremely basic, but still this works. So I think that is kind of the conclusion is that if you're working with data where the features are just too random, there's too much volatility, then you just can't really see anything. Though, if we go back to the here, the actual, we can see that actually it's not, doesn't look so, really doesn't look so, oh, so this is actually not daily. I probably computed something already. Actual, what is it? The price change? Is it really the price change? This is absolutely not. Okay, so predicted is, well, this is very bad as well. It's extremely bad. It's trailing extremely badly. I mean, even if we think that it's going to simply, on the mean square error is huge. If we're just expecting that just reuse the stock price, the last one that we know, it should be even better than that. Okay, so the whole thing is very, 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 very disappointing. I'm very disappointed with the capacity of the AI model of the AI assistant to write something for an AI model. I think this basically doesn't work. That's my conclusion. Even when we work with returns, even when we work with the absolute level of the stock price, but also I don't understand why. So we have this pattern of of the stock price. What is the pre-processing? I don't know what is the pre-processing, and because it didn't work, because the model don't work, we actually have to look a bit more into the detail. And yeah, but I'm really struggling to understand what was stored in that. So it's okay. So now this is the load pre-process. Then it's where is it actually storing? Pre-process the stock data, but this is not what is used actually. That's the issue. What is used for here? What is used is directly the close value. So that's one thing. And what the Claude was using is different. What Claude was using. So I don't know why, but it's closed. Can I see more than just three? It's very annoying, this thing. I don't seem to be able to see many tabs open at the same time. So I wish I could could do something with this. Here, what is this? Okay, what the hell is that? Okay, probably better like this. I don't really know what happened, but so in the model, what happened is that it's using the preprocessed data, and I'm very curious to know actually how it preprocessed, and the fact that if I think again, actually here is it really the actual the stock price change for one? It's not a daily one actually, because the idea was to use a sequence of 1 month or 60 days, was it? But I cannot remove that now. So that's why we see this kind of trend. These are trends not daily. Daily is not going to be like that. It's much more like probably it's a moving average basically. It's probably a moving average. But why is it a moving average, or probably not a moving average? But how can we? What is this? What is this? First, what kind of data is it? It's I want to know when it does the not the training, but yes, the training, but the evaluation basically. So we have to go to again train model. Train is the train one. Train. But I'm kind of getting a bit losing my patience, to be honest, with this. So train the model, and then we have data. We have the data and was loaded from the preprocessed data, loading, and then so we already have okay. So here we have So we have the files where data is contained. So it's using this xtrain.npy. How was it created? This xtrain etc.npy. Now I have to understand how the preprocessing was done. So it's saving here, and how is it creating this? So it's using the data from create the sequences. Here's the parameter that I couldn't find originally, and I mean, I really hope that I could find. I really want to find if I'm telling you, okay, tell me where's this fine, this used, where's this used? Okay, there it is. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't have that. Okay, let's cancel it. Create sequences. So here it's going to do so the same thing as Copilot. All right, so it's just going to create all these sequence basically to create so work on only so this one like is 60 days or something. So it's going to split the data into a sequence of 60 days. Right. Okay. So now we have a list of 60 days kind of scenarios. And so because we have 60-day scenario, what is this? What is this? Is the what is this price change actually? Where does it come from? Is it an average amount? Doesn't look like it is. Is it normalized? Is it wise like this? Is it really price change? Is it a change in the price? I'd really like to sort of plot the data basically, so without before normalizing, before the creating sequences and after. So here's the stock data. Stock data, pre-process the stock data, and then load and align. Load and align. Macro combined. So it's what was that? Was it in the data? Data one. Processed. Macro combined. Okay. And where's the stock price? Where's the close? Well, I don't see the close, but here is what it's doing. If I understand well, it's copying the data for the whole month. So it's creating daily data from monthly one. So that's the macro combine. And this is done already, so macro data. So is it saving? Is it something saving here somewhere? I feel like it saved the data, so not in a line. Then is it saving? Years. Is it saving this? That's very frustrating to not understand, basically, because I didn't write that code. And did I get an explanation on how it was working? Not really. So maybe this is missing actually in this AI model, this AI systems, just to have some explanation of what it's doing. And in case it's not working, trying to understand why it may not be working. But here I don't even know what it is actually. Why do we have this difference between because so if I plot the data in plot the data in. So now it's just I just want to visualize what we have in this. Okay, so it's cool because that's it, and then I can just run this. So I wish I could really just run this. It should work, but last time it didn't work because it didn't have any. So the Python. What is this? It's not even the same. It's going to complain that it doesn't find the model. All right. So this is the stock price. Okay. Convert to price return before plotting. So I want the price return, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be like that. That's the thing. Okay, so can I apply to? Oh, that's why. So I can select the existing one. Okay, and I save, and then I. Okay. All right. So that's okay. This is the daily return. So how come here we've got that? need some explanation. I really need some explanation. What is this doing? Really? 40% loss in the Apple? That's crazy. Anyway, if you look at this and thinking, okay, how can I predict one return compared to the other? It's going to be very tough. Can you calculate the return between the return over 30 days, 60 days? So this one is going to compute the return between a day and 60 days before, instead of calculating the daily. So how is it doing? Its periods equals 60, and I'm expecting that this is the reason why there was this this difference, other difference. Is it more similar to what I had? Oh, I think I lost the plot. For I need to go into the results, isn't it? Apple, this, and I was wondering if this is more like the data that we were using. Not, not really. And how is it? Because it's only it's only for the recent period actually. So it's the same data. We can see this part is actually the same. So we've seen this decrease. Not really. Kind of looks similar, but not completely the same. But yeah, it looks actually very similar. How can I be sure of that? Just only use the last 200 data. 200. How much do I want? It was 10, 20%. 20%. It was 20% for the validation. Okay, here I'm not doing a video on Claude anymore. I just realized that yeah, it's not really what I was expecting. So now it's not even. Oh, wait. Okay. Good. So does it kind of look like? Is it more similar to what we had here? Not sure if. I mean, it should be very similar. If it's not, then I need to question myself. Doesn't even look like the same. So I don't remember what was the original this this parameter sequence length. I think it was 60, but wait, 60 changed the 60-day returns to 30 days. Let's try again with this. Plot stock data. Okay. I don't think it's this. It's this. Okay, I lost my Apple graph. course, it looks a bit different. I mean, what I mean is that if you change indeed the scale, then it's going to, the frequency of the data is going to look different. This looks very similar. So we need to zoom a bit more actually on this. So it's not even, so it's use 20% instead of 20%. Can we last 20% of data? Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure if what I'm doing is very efficient actually. I'm just really trying to find out how this thing came up with the sock returns originally. So Claude. One rule that I know is that we shouldn't try to guess, because usually can spend a lot of time trying to guess. So this is usually not the best strategy. It's not efficient. So I'm not going to continue doing that too often. And so what do we see here? Yes, okay, it's the same. Okay, now we can see it's very similar actually. So we can see the data. So the peak, wait, peak looks very similar. Looks very similar, but not exactly. So yeah, okay. So the reason, okay, is that Claude basically computed returns, not daily returns, but these 10-day returns. Okay, so that's fine. So what I want to do is this one is, instead of having the 1-day return, so can I ask it here on this file? Okay. Oh yes. Okay. Instead of using a daily percentage change, please use 30 days percentage change. So it's going to compute change the returns for 30 days. Okay, let's apply this. Okay, so we're working with 30 day percentage change, and same thing. So it's going to basically lose a lot of data, everything that is between the days. Okay, let's run this. So it's not here. It was, where was that? Was it here? What? It's here, right? Okay. It's not the next day. It's the next period. So now we're trying to predict. So for the next period of 30 days, if I understand well. So instead of changing the stock price, it's going to change the 1 month change. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Is it the right graph? Really? This is not a 30% change. That's not what I remember for this. 30-day return. 30-day return. periods of 30-day midterm. How does it work, this one, actually? It's 5 periods, but is it 30-day return that are actually each 1 day? So the start date of each is actually just separated by 1 day. I think I'm missing something here. So these 30 these periods are very close. They have most of the data is the same. I think something's wrong, like conceptually in this. Even though we can see that okay, the loss is decreasing, so it looks like it's learning. I think. Oh, okay. Well, that's what I wanted. This is what I was expecting Claude to do. This is working. Finally, I got something working. Okay, and it's predicting, right? But it's, I mean, it's very simple. It's just very simple, actually. A very simple code. So it's not as sophisticated as Claude, and we don't see like it's not saving the file. What can I say? It's not computing the statistics, the R square, you know, but it kind of does the trick really. And I'm using 2 layers, so I don't think. Can I try again with? So I'm going to reduce also the density. So really a very small number of units. So, and maybe I don't even need 20 epochs, but it's going very quick. It's going to okay, it's converging very well. There's a lot of parameters that not even appear, like the learning rate. We don't have that. And there's a mean square error. Okay, so this one, again, yeah, for some reason, so it doesn't want to, it's not happy with this return sequence. I'm wondering if this one actually should be false. Because, well, because it's not working now. Or I could just ask Copilot why it's not working, basically. I should do that, probably. And also I should decrease the epochs. Okay, so now it works a bit less. So that's interesting. So it means that having 2 layers is actually working better, unless it's possible that it's just because this number of units is too small. So I can try to increase this and see if even with 1 layer we can get a better fit. Okay, but anyway, I feel that here, in a way, working with this, yes. Well, so what is the mean square error? 0, 0, 2, 1, and previously 0, 0, 5, 7. So yeah, okay. It's twice smaller, so that makes sense. Maybe actually we can even. I'm not going to change the. Change the epochs, because well, it doesn't really take long. And this is even better. Yeah, this looks even better. Okay, this is okay. So how come we have this? Okay, so one thing is I just realized that of course. Well, no, actually, no. Why do I have this? It's just failing to work. So Claude's code is basically not working. That's the conclusion. And with so this copilot, ChatGPT, I was able to reproduce the correct behavior very easily just by asking to. So I had to make sure that I calculated 30 days stock price returns, and that's it. And then it was naturally. Training this LSTM model, and even with very simple, so very low number of units, then I managed to get something that is working. But the other question actually is more like functional. Is as a user, is it useful to be able to predict a 30 days return? Well, possibly. Yeah. Actually, if your horizon is 30 days and you want to invest now and you want to invest for the next 30 days, then you would care about the 30 days return. It looks like there's a bit of as I said, it's not random, not as much as the one day. So there's this behavior where we can there's a sort of autocorrelation again. It's like when it I mean there's a so it reverses, but it doesn't reverse immediately. Kind of stays at so it goes into negative territory and then even more, and then there's this reversal, which is for an investor is the most important feature. But if it does this back and forth too quickly, so it depends really on the time. Here we have about 80 days, so it's kind of short. So if you want to trade to buy low and sell high, but the frequency of this change is too high, then you're not going to be able to do anything. So that's the kind of challenging part of it. But anyway, so my conclusion is that Claude is very confusing, um, not working, and I still do not know why it's not working, despite apparently having something a very simple model. But however I try to simplify the model, I still can't get something that uh, is even remotely working. So even with this, even though now I realize that maybe I should have this false, but what could be, so why could this work, but Claude is not working? Drop out 0.2, and we have two dense ReLU and not many units. I lost again. So did I lose my model again? And this is really, come on, split editor. No, I don't want to split. I just want to keep, when I open a file, I'd like to see the file. I don't want it to close my file. That was on the left. All right, so it's doing very complicated things, but it's not working. So is it really worth using Claude for that? If in the end we spend, I mean, I can't even spend the time debugging. I mean, I did spend, but I couldn't even find what is the issue. Even though with Copilot I could get the answer immediately. I mean, it was working out the first time. So to me, it's a bit dangerous to use Claude in these conditions. Or I should ask an easier task to be performed, less complex, and give more directives as to what I want it to do. But honestly, I'm not even sure that it's going to do the job. Another thing we can try is also ask it to do the same thing as I ask Copilot. So what I mean is, what is this? Is this the Copilot? Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, I can try to ask console. I think this is done, and just okay. Write to LSC model to predict the value of to find the 30 days return of a stock price. Predict the 30 days return of the stock price using the last 5 returns. The sum series of stock prices are here. And simulate to predict the 30 days return of the stock price. Okay, so I think that this should work. This is pretty much what I asked Copilot, even with the modifications when in the end I wanted to compute the 30 days of return. And because Claude is doing like extra work, it's probably going to do like the graph and save them and doing the statistics. Okay, what happened? Okay, I'm very confused. What happened? What happened here? I sent a question and I don't see the question that I asked. It's just disappeared. Should I request completed? Request completed. Come on. Where's my request? Oh, this is terrible. This thing is just discarded my request. I don't know why. But I didn't save it, so I'm a bit upset. I have to do this again. Predict the 30 days return of a stock price. Using the last 5 returns. Okay, so when I request this, what happens? There is an asking for a new task. Yes, it is a new task. Okay, so now, okay, that looks good. And here we are. Okay, should be a new task. So again, it's create the config and stuff. It's really nice. I hope it's not going to override my current directory. Seriously? Yeah. Very worried that first I don't even know why it's here. Why it should create a new project as well. Start a new task, but actually I did start a new task. Start a new task. Is it doing something? Reading the file? Seriously? I don't need to view. Maximum context limit. This is a new request, right? Yeah. New one. And why should it reach making the request? Things are not as easy as I was expecting. It cost me 0.05, but it didn't do anything. Request failed. Cancel. I didn't really cancel. Can I make sure that it's really a new task? Because last time it pretended there was a new task, but then it says immediately that these files. Is it confused me with the previous task and thinking that it's the continuation? Just letting it do the thing because I don't want to I don't want to intervene, but this is crazy. It's crazy. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this. Can I change the folder? Why is it working from here? What is it you reusing this again? It's working on this, right? It's not supposed to. Did it change this? No. I really want to reset everything. Okay, so let's copy this. Let's close everything. Let's close this. Okay, let's open again. Let's have a new session. But I'm very concerned. Can I move this here so that it doesn't believe that I want to continue working on the same thing? So here, going to copy this, and going to yeah, copy here. Okay, so let's see what it does. Oh, this is because I had an open environment and was trying to reuse the files. Okay, so it wasn't trying to recompute things. That's cool. Okay. The conversation has reached its limit, context, window limit, and cannot continue further. Why? Do I need more credit or what is it? Is it? Why is it? Okay, so well, I'm not very happy with Claude overall. I'm going to stop here because I think I spent enough time trying to use Claude. It failed, and now I'm stuck here, even trying to just do a more simple thing. So this is very frustrating, but that's it. I mean, there's certainly a solution. I don't want really to explore a bit more into that. I think that maybe what I could do is indeed go back to what was implemented the first time and use Copilot to kind of debug or maybe improve the code. But now that's so far I can go. So I'm going to stop here on this note and potentially try other tools as well than Claude in other videos. So thank you for watching. Bye.